You ever notice how every time you start a business or your business stalls, you start thinking, I need a coach, I need a marketing consultant, I need to hire somebody, I need a social media manager, I need a visibility coach, I need this kind of coach and that kind of coach. And before you know it, you have 50,000 people hired or you've taken 50,000 courses. That's not what we want to do. We just want to build a system where your business can really be grounded on so it can take off. You don't need to hire 50,000 people. You have an ability to do this on your own or with one guide. And I'm that guide. So I've been in marketing for over 25 years. So I've done this millions of times. I've had my own businesses. I have built these systems, and I've always seen founders and startups and coaches and consultants that come to me that have a system. They do great. We just optimize it, fix it, and then go. And the ones that don't, they're just burned out. They're posting everywhere. They bought this course from Amy Porterfield, that course from James Wedmore, this stuff from Jasmine Star, and they have so many different ideas in their heads, and it's overwhelming. And what they're doing a lot of the times is just learning, a lot of taking in, but not coming out. Right? So you want to make sure you work, you do it, and you actually build that system innate in me. Since I've been doing this for 25 years, I've worked for the American Humane Association, I've worked for Ogilvy, I've worked for Techstars, I've worked for Transamerica, and each organizations I've been in, I built a lead gen system. And so really what that means is I look at what does the target audience want, where do they play at, and then I'm going to be there. So for example, from my business, a lot of my consultant clients come from LinkedIn. So I need to be on LinkedIn. And so what I do is build a system around that. So LinkedIn, I write a newsletter and I post, I don't know, like 4 times, 5 times a week. And then I also play in the DMs. That's my system. And I have it all set there. So that is how I drive demand generation and how I have a brand out there. But it's not enough, right? I need to actually get them to do something. I need them to go to my website. I need them to download a lead magnet. I need them to be on my email list file. So that's then system number 2, right? So now system number 2 is, how do I get them in? And I like lead magnets. Even at the bottom of this video, I am a lead magnet person because I like to download them. I like to learn things for free. And I want to test drive whoever I might work with before I buy anything. And so I have a lead magnet. I actually have multiple lead magnets. And then that's where I get the email lists, right? And that's the system. The demand generation, the brand stuff is done on LinkedIn. They come onto my lead list, my email list, through this lead magnet. And then I have to walk them through to actually convert. Because a lot of people that download stuff, that doesn't mean they're actually going to convert. So that's what's so important. And there's different systems are used for different things, but those are the main 3: the demand generation system, the lead generation system, and the conversion system. And that is really what you need for your business. You need to be able to position yourself. Positioning is key. You have to get crystal clear on who you help, what problem it is that you solve, and the transformation you deliver. That's your magnetic messaging. You need to know that. You need to be visible, right? And people do need to know about you. And there's so many different ways to be visible. You can be a speaker. You can go to your local businesses. You can do what I do. I chose LinkedIn. I'm on YouTube now, right? There's just so many different visibility places. But in all of them, you have to create content. I love repurposing content. I get asked all the time, Andrea, like, when you sleep, when you have time, and it's not that I don't have more hours in the day. I actually sleep 9 hours. I actually have less hours in the day. And I like to play. I'm always outside and doing stuff. What happens is I have a repurposing system. You have to have systems. This is a 3x3 system, super easy, but it makes me go super fast. Yes, there's some work I have to do. I can't just do nothing. You have to do work. You have to do output, but you don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to get burned out. So that is another visibility system, content system that I have. Then you got to convert them, right? That's the hardest. I feel like conversion is the hardest for everybody, because just because you gave away something for free, why would somebody actually then buy from you? So there's a whole conversion system behind that. And then depending on your business, maybe you only sell one course and that's all you do. And then you're done. If you have a membership or you have multiple courses or you're a therapist and you need your clients to keep coming back, then you got to go into the retention, right? You got to turn your happy customers into repeat clients. That is so important, because especially from memberships and stuff, and it's this constant work that you have to do. And there's a retention system, because I'm a systems girl. If you don't have a reoccurring, like if you don't have a membership, you're not a therapist, you don't have repeat clients, then I still want you to think about the retention system, but I want you to flip it a little bit and call it the referral system. And the referral system is just to get testimonials. I mean, even if you go to my website, I have a whole testimonials page, literally like testimonials. This is what people think about when they hire me as a consultant or when they become a student of mine, when they take one of my courses. You need that social proof. That is vital. I had a client named Sarah. She came to me after hiring like 5 different coaches. She literally had like 6 or 7 different coaches or courses and like 5 coaches. It was crazy. I think it was a visibility coach, a mindset coach, a launch coach. I know for a fact she was in Amy Porterfield's course. She was in James Wedmore's thing. I think Ryan something, I forgot his last name. She was working nonstop because she was taking in all these different things and there was no system. She was doing this over here, that over there, and it was just all scattered. And she was like just so burned out. And so I took her in and we really looked at everything she was doing, and then we stripped everything down. The learnings were fantastic, but you can't do them all. Like no one human can. So we stripped it all away, and then we built one system. We clarified her positioning because it was not clear, because she was taking on the marketing language from all these different people and it wasn't her voice. So we clarified her positioning. Then we built a content rhythm and a lot of repurposing. I love repurposing. And we created one evergreen offer. I wanted her to have this one offer first before she starts building on it. I have lots of offers, but I've also been doing this for a long time and I have the systems to do it, right? I do audits on your websites, I do consulting, I have courses. So I'm okay, but I didn't start like that. I started with one course. That's it. And then once that course was working and I felt like I was in a good rhythm, then I build on it. Then I build on it again. So that's how I did my business 5 years ago. Very systems oriented. The second time around, this is my 3rd business now. It's faster because, right, each time I do it, each time I get better. I've helped hundreds of founders and startups and coaches and consultants. So I know what works and what doesn't. So I can go faster each time, right? And again, I always build everything on a system. When Sarah was working with me and we did all that, we clarified her positioning, we stripped everything down, we built a content rhythm for her, we built one evergreen offer, and then we connected it all in a lead funnel system. That is what made her, I think it was about 7 weeks, she went from just posting and just like hoping for something to happen to booking 5 new clients, all without hiring another person, buying another course, just us working together, the 2 of us. And that's what helped her really start and scale her business. So if you're tired of feeling like you need 5 different experts, 10 different courses just to make sense of marketing, stop. You don't need more opinions. You need this one operating system for client growth. And if you want to build that system, start with one of my free resources. The one that I recommend specifically for building the system is called How to Create a Lead Magnet. And it's a downloadable PDF, and I even added in a video for you. It's just so you can really see what that's like and how to get started. So make sure you grab those in the links in the description below. And if you found this helpful, please hit subscribe. And because if you hit subscribe, you get the next videos where I'm going to show you exactly my repurposing, my content funnels, my other things that I teach. I also teach AI search visibility, super new, super fun. But I want to make sure that you understand that clarity doesn't come from learning. Clarity comes from doing, and then you learn from the doing, and then you optimize. And it all comes from one system that actually works.